Listen, motherhood is freaking messy, business is completely wild, and somewhere between the school runs, the sleepless nights, good Lord help us all, and chasing our own dreams, we're all asking, where's the fucking village? I'm Andrea Augustinucci, brand strategist and mom of two amazing kids, and the creative force behind Brand Embodied Agency. This podcast is where we'll strip away the highlight reels of life, dive into the real conversations about motherhood, entrepreneurship, and the beautiful chaos in between. You'll hear raw stories, real strategies, and honest conversations with women who aren't afraid to tell you the actual truth about what it takes to raise babies and build empires, because I have a secret, it's possible to do both. Here, we're not just asking where's the village, we're rebuilding it. Let's fucking go. Hey mama, and welcome back. In the last episode, we were talking about all these things that had happened to me within the last 48 hours. And I was like, there's going to be multiple episodes on this. So this is one of them. I thought it would be actually a big benefit to the listeners to hear a little bit of like the behind the scenes of what's going on in my life and how I'm navigating that specifically with my husband. So my husband and I have been together for almost 22 years. We're high school sweethearts. We have been through a lot of life together, a lot of fucking life together. Okay. Ups, downs, losses, financial wins, financial losses. It's been a lot. And gratefully, right, I know that we are both doing so much work individually on ourselves, and it might be at different paces at different times in our lives. And because of the work we are doing individually, we have been able to have a really, really very, I don't know what word to use, very strong relationship. And it's not perfect and it's a little messy, but we love each other and respect each other. And they're two important factors in a relationship, in my opinion, to actually make it work. So I recently got back from a retreat in Tennessee, which was truly life changing. I have done Dr. Joe Dispenza events that have shifted me in ways that were unexpected. And this event was completely different in the way that things shifted for me. So I wanted to share a little bit about that and what that looked like at the event, how it looked communicating it to my husband, how it looked coming home to the after the event, and how we're navigating it now. So in my notebook, what I wrote down, because I don't exactly remember like what we were talking about, what we're covering, but like it fucking hit me so hard. And what I wrote is, this is my one life. One is in all capitals. What it takes to discover the truth about your life will ruin you. When you let something be, it lets you be. And I want to ruin our lives in the best way possible. So basically, I know that's like kind of out of context, and I'm actually reviewing it now. I remember what was being said, but it's like, if you have such a fucking drive and such a passion and such a desire and such a pull, such a calling to show up and do something in this lifetime, it's going to potentially ruin your life that you have as you know it. And are you willing to ruin your life to live the life that you would like? So when we talk about ruining our lives, it's not about like just going out and going bankrupt and doing all these crazy things. Like, that's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is, are you willing to burn down what you've created in order to have the life that you truly desire? So one of the things that has been on my heart for fucking ever, at least 3 years, truly, at least 3 years, is to sell everything, buy an RV, and travel across country. And I would love to world school our kids. So my children have a big age gap. My son is 7, my daughter is 10 months. So obviously they are in very different areas of life, learning and development. And I just can't imagine a better way to be connected, be with each other. Like, there's so much that, like, I am so blessed with the fact that we actually like really love to spend time with each other. My husband and I do. We love to be with the kids. Like, we are truly blessed that we both feel the same way about that. And our kids, well, I should say, and our son loves to hang out with us. Emerson, my daughter, doesn't have a choice right now. She doesn't want to be anywhere else but with us, right? And there's just this huge calling, like in my soul, on a cellular level, that I feel that this would be life changing. And one of the things my sister sent to me recently was a meme or whatever on Instagram And it was this video of this woman talking about when you feel the urge to restart or, completely let go of what you've built and do something different, it's because you have outgrown that area of your life or that time in your life and you are ready for what is next. So that is where I'm at. That is where I've been at. And to be full transparency, when I first got this idea, I was like, oh my God, this is so good. This is so good. And there was a part of me that told my husband, Dan, and he was like, yeah, that's cool, but I really don't want to do this. And there was this part of me that was actually a safe place for me to tell him because I knew he wouldn't want to do it and I wasn't all in yet. So I was like, I'm going to voice this, even though I'm not fully like, it scares the shit out of me to sell our house and sell everything and just up and leave. We've never lived anywhere other than Connecticut our entire lives. And here I am wanting to like uproot everyone and do something completely fucking different than what all of us have ever known. And when this first came to me, I was like, I'm just going to like say this out loud to him. And I know he's going to say no. So I know I'm safe to share this because it's not like if I were to share it, he'd be like, all right, let's fucking do it. And then I'd be like, right? Like, let me throw up in the corner as we like, I just voiced this, but I wasn't ready. Right now, I'm at a place in my life 3 years in of feeling this pull of like actually wanting to do it. There's like this part of me still that feels like, oh God, we built our home. This is the first home we have had bought and we built it. We were fortunate enough to do that. And do I want to let that go? No, I fucking love our neighborhood. I love our neighbors. I love the friends we have here. Our family's close by, like all the things, all the safety is all here. And do I really want to let that go? And there's a part of me that's like, no, but I think we'd be okay if we did. Where before I didn't feel that way. It was there was a lot of fear and of the unknown when this all first came to me. So during the event, I was literally shaking, like with excitement. I wanted to fucking scream. I'm like, no exaggeration. I wanted to get up. There was about 125 people there, and I loved this. This retreat was amazing. It was probably the most impactful event I've ever been to in my entire life. And I will include a link to this event coming up next year with Kyra Casey. She's incredible. If you're interested in attending, I will be there. So anyway, and so the way she was working the room, Kyra, was like getting feedback from people. Did anybody have a breakthrough? And I truly went. So I actually worked this event as well because I'm close with Kyra. My company designed the branding for her merchandise. So I was, doing the merchandise sales for her as well, just volunteering and helping with other things as well. So a part of me felt like I'm going to go here and I'm here to serve, right? Like, yes, I'm attending the event. Yes, I'm going to get something out of this, but I truly had zero expectations of having like some huge fucking breakthrough. So here I am during one of the sessions and I'm like, holy shit, this is it. This is it. This is it. Like my body was on a fucking frequency like it's never been before of knowing, of clarity, of this needs to happen. This is the answer. This is what is next. And to the point where I truly wanted to like get up and just be like, I am fucking liberated. It was called Liberate Her Live. It was amazing. And I like, no exaggeration, I was fucking liberated. And I just felt like such clarity in this moment. And I was like, I would fucking ruin our lives over this because that's how strongly I feel about this move for us as a family, for making this as our next moves. So I was, after we all came back together, she's like, did anybody have a breakthrough? And I literally was like, me. And I did. I stood up and I shared. And initially I was like, when I get home, I'm going to have a conversation with my husband about like, this is truly what I have on my heart now. And I said, just watching her work the room, I knew what she was going to say. And I told her, I was like, but I know what you're going to say. And I'm about to step outside and make this phone call now. So I did. I stepped outside and I called my husband, who, God bless him, was home with the 2 kids for the long weekend. And I said, are you sitting down? And he said, shit. And I said, honestly, I need a minute to talk to you. Are you available to like step away from the kids? My mom was here helping and everything. And he said, yeah. So I said, okay, I really I want you to hear my heart on this. I want to ruin our lives in the best way possible. And he's like, what the fuck? Like, what is this phone call. He's like, where is this coming from? So I told him the whole thing. And I was like, I know this is something I brought up in the past, but this is something that I'm like, the call is not going away. It's been years and it's not going away. If anything, it's getting stronger and stronger and stronger. So he's on the call. He was like, well, if there's one thing you're good at, it's selling people on your visions. I was like, thanks, babe. I'll take that as a compliment. And he's the hardest person sometimes for me to quote unquote sell my vision to. So he said, it's not a no, but we can talk about it more when you get home. And I was like, okay, I'll take that. This is like a win. This is a step in the right direction. Where before he was like, no, like hard fucking no. My husband is the steady Eddie. He is the consistency one. He likes the 9 to 5. He likes the constant paycheck. Like that is not me at all. I mean, I like a constant paycheck, but like I'm not going to go work for someone else. It's just not going to fucking happen. So I get home and I truly felt like he was avoiding me. Like he was like, I know I said I'd talk about this, but I don't want to. I'm not going to make eye contact. It was like almost a week I was home and I had to, there was a little bit of jet lag when I got back. I had to reintegrate back to being a mom and doing all the things again. And there was one night, it probably wasn't a full week, but, a few days after I was home and I just looked at him. I was like, Dan, I really want to talk to you about what I called you about at the event. And he was like, okay. So we sat down and it did not go how I thought it was going to go. And I am not saying that to make you feel like, oh, did it go well? No, it was a shit show. We ended up in an argument. He was like, I don't understand why you thought this was going to go well. And I was like, what? Like you were open to the conversation. And now you're basically standing your ground saying, this is not what I think we should do because what if our son doesn't like it? Or what if he's unhappy? And I'm like, well, what if it's the best thing for his life? Like, right. So like, we're just like at these opposite ends of it all right now. And it can be a really fucking hard place to be, especially when you have such clarity and conviction in what you are being called to do. But the person that you love most in the fucking world, aside from your children, is like, nope, we're not doing that. It's good here. We're good here. We're happy here. Right. So we ended up having multiple conversations because it was not a good one out the gate. And when we circled back, his proposal was, listen, you've been talking about getting rid of stuff and purging the house forever, which mind you, I've been doing for about 5 years on my own. He said, I think we should start there because that's a part of my argument is like, we have so much stuff, you guys. We have almost a 2,500 square foot home. There's so much shit in it. Like I mean, you could see my son's desk behind you. It's a shit show here. And there are like pockets of my home that are like that. The rest of the house is well kept and nice and organized, but like the pockets drive me fucking crazy. They drive me crazy. And it's not a few. It's in every room. Like in this room alone, this is my office slash guest bedroom. And my husband's desk is in here too. So his area is a little bit of a shit show, but 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3 areas in this one room that are a mess. And that's basically how the house is. The kids' rooms are good. Our room's got a couple pockets. The dining room's got 2 pockets. The living room is okay. 3-season room is okay. Kitchen, we just purged. But his proposal was, why don't we actually go through and start getting rid of stuff and get the house set up so it's as if we feel like we live in an RV with not a lot of stuff around us, not a lot of things to maintain. And I was like, that's easy for you to say. Like instantly I was pissed. I was like, that's easy for you to say because I've been the only one so far who has done anything in our home to help us get to that point. And now again, about 5 years of me purging this house and I've probably gotten rid of, I'm not kidding you, like 25% of the shit we had literally just for free. I was like, just take my stuff, please. We have a Facebook group in my town that's for free things. And I posted like first come, first serve on my driveway. My driveway could fit to at least 4 cars, if not maybe a little more, 4 cars to be safe. My driveway was filled with stuff multiple times. And I'm like, just come take it. So the point of this is at first I was like, it's easy for you to say, right? This is going to be all on me, which was not the best way of me communicating that. But he heard what I said and he was like, well, let's make a plan and I'll take some time off of work and we can get this done. So initially, I thought I had, oh, I do have it. I have our purge plan here that I use ChatGPT for. I was like, this is our goal. Here are the areas of our home. Make us a plan for doing this. And we have about 11 days total, or no, I think I had ChatGPT figure out how many days it would take us to actually purge our home. But I had told it like our window is 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. because of kids drop off, pick up from school and stuff, with a half an hour lunch. And I want to make sure that our all the stuff is removed from our house and donated the same day we're doing it, because that's the other thing that has happened before, where it's like I've done a huge purge and then it's like I'm halfway through and I'm out of time or whatever, right? So I wanted to make sure that it was like cohesive, clean, smooth, easy. So I made this whole plan and it came out that it would take us 11 days of this time frame to do it. So I went back to him and I said, okay, here's what ChatGPT said. Let's try a day. He offered, he was like, I'll take a day off next week, whatever. So that was a couple of weeks ago now. And we started with our kitchen, which I've never purged the kitchen. So I was like, fuck yes, we're going to start here. And everything worked to a T. Like we were half an hour behind in the morning because of some stuff that had happened in the morning that was unexpected, but we got back on track and we were able to complete the day of purging. We purged everything, organized everything. We had two constructor bags, garbage bags of trash, including expired foods. We had 2 bags of recycling because I was like emptying food from the containers, like the boxes, and like organizing it and putting it away how I normally would, but don't always get to every time I unload from the grocery store. And then donate pile. So I had like, I don't know, my back of my car, my SUV was filled with stuff to donate. So it was a really good purge and everything felt so good after. The hardest part was that we have the baby locks because my daughter's at the age of like trying to open up everything and we have the baby locks. So it's like everything we did was behind closed doors. And in order to enjoy it, it's like you just want to open it and be like, and you couldn't do it on the bottom one. So I was like, oh, well, I'm not going to get the lock every time. I want to just enjoy the moment of what we actually did. But it felt so fucking good to do this. And so far, that is all we have done. So this is a conversation I need to have with my husband again to be like, hey, we did the kitchen. And so far, that's it. I did do my daughter's room on my own, my son's room on my own. My son's room has a little bit more finessing to do, but we have his room is pretty much basically more purging. He's like a squirrel. He finds stuff and just wants to keep it. And I'm like, Jacob, no, you don't need this, buddy. So we're working with him on that. But like other rooms, we definitely need to continue to work on. So I need to follow up with my husband and be like, hey, this is what we said. And I'm still feeling overwhelmed living with all this stuff around. So let's revisit this and choose some times that we're going to be able to do this. And I'm still feeling the call to get the RV and travel cross country and homeschool and have honestly, like there are some things that I probably shouldn't discuss here before I know for sure with him, but it would be a lot of changes for us. So it's been sticky. It hasn't been easy. And I am the type of person who moves. Like I'm like when I'm ready to do something, it's already done. Like it's already fucking done. So to me, I am not exaggerating here at all. If it were just me with the kids, the house would have already been on the market. Not kidding. Okay. I went to this retreat the first week in November. It is the first week in December. The house would have been already on the market if it were just me. I would have already been looking at RVs, already mapping out places to stay, like the campsites, all the things. I know there's apps, like all these things, talking about the school program, right? That the curriculum that I want to do with my son, like getting all that lined up. Like that is how quickly I fucking move. And then I have this person in my life who I love so much, who is the complete fucking opposite. So how do we navigate that, right? And how do we show up and really I had a conversation with somebody today that was talking about like managing our emotions before we come out and start sharing about things. So how am I able to get my emotions around this in check, not make it mean anything and still move forward, right? In this relationship in a way that is aligned for both of us. So I wasn't going to share this story. Should I wait? Should I wait? We're at 20 minutes. Okay, I'm going to do another recording on the story about having our second child. And that coincides with this a bit and how we navigated that. So I'm just going to end it here. The one thing I would like to encourage you to do is if you are feeling a calling in your soul, is to stop ignoring it and have the hard conversations, the truthful conversations that at least get you a step closer. Because if I didn't start this conversation with my husband 3 years ago, he would have been completely blindsided by the time I am now ready. And if I didn't have a conversation again with him a few weeks ago when I got back from this trip, he wouldn't have offered what he was thinking, and our house wouldn't have gotten a good purge out of the kitchen and the kids' rooms and things like that. Like, there are things that are moving us in this direction, whether we know it or not, like, or I should say, whether he knows it or not, maybe. Like, there's a part of me that's like, yeah, I'll do this purge. I'll do this purge as if I'm like ready to fucking sell this house and get rid of everything and have less stuff to store somewhere, because we eventually would probably come back to having a home and not necessarily living the RV life our whole lives. Maybe we would, who knows? But yeah, if there's one thing I would like to encourage you to do, it's to have the hard conversations when you've got something that's been placed on your heart, whether it's with yourself, with your spouse, with a family member, your partner, whoever. If you've got a calling, just start to take the steps towards it. So I will keep you guys posted on this journey of where we end up. If we end up doing this, this is when I say if we end up doing this, I'm still like, fuck yes, we're doing this, because this is my dream. This is like what I see as God, our lives are. It's so hard to even articulate. Like, I feel like this is going to sound so weird, but I feel like this is the answer to everything. Like, this is literally going to be the Pandora's box for our life. Tune in for the next episode where I will share more information about baby number 2 and how that all came about. That one's a fun one. Thank you for being here and keep tuning in. It means the world to me that you are listening. Comment below. I will interact and get back to you. And yeah, talk to you guys soon. You've been listening to Where's the Fucking Village, the podcast for moms raising babies and building empires. You were never meant to do this alone.